Hello everyone and welcome back to Level Vin on Akumu difficulty, and today we're going to be doing Chapter 9. Now as of recording, or as of, not recording, as of doing the commentary, I have completed the game. So I know what's coming up ahead, and I'm telling you, some of it is going to be hard, but you can get through it. Honestly, I feel like with enough persistence, I think the guide or the strategies I have come up with will get you through the game, especially if you made it this far. So yeah, look forward to that, I guess. But anyway, today we're going to be focusing on Chapter 9, which honestly it's not that bad of a chapter, and we're going to be making some insane upgrades in this chapter. But the thing about this chapter is that it's hard if you're following a guide. And why is my dog barking? Why the fuck is my dog barking? Okay, so if you're okay, I need. Okay, the dogs are being solid. As I was saying, if you're following the guide, this will be kind of hard because so many different scenarios can happen. Also, there's a key on like a tree to the right here. Pay attention to the gameplay, see what I pick up, and follow along. But yeah, trying to, the thing about this chapter, I played through this chapter 5 different times because I have that many playthroughs when I playtest the chapter, and different stuff happened every time, and I'm not even kidding, different stuff happened every single time. In terms of different enemy placements, whenever Ruvik comes up completely randomly, and also enemies are in set locations, but there's like different presets, if you know what that means. So I'm gonna say everything, like every single encounter I've encountered, even if it doesn't show up in the footage. But if there seems to be an encounter I haven't come across, I wouldn't be surprised. So just be prepared. You might come across something that I don't mention in here, because as I've said, I've played this 5 times. I played this, and this whole mansion area is been different every single time, which sucks, because it just makes following a guide a bit harder. But I'm sure it's not that bad, honestly. You just gotta be a bit prepared. So you're gonna wanna have at least one flashbolt ready, because we're gonna need that for enemies that may or may not be there for you. But yeah, when you enter the building, just kind of loot the bottom floor. So break that vase or whatever, but save the game. There's going to be a crossfade here because I don't upgrade anything or anything like that. I just save, and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep saving the game whenever we can, and we're only going to look at the upgrades near the end of the chapter. So we're going to go to the left, I guess, corridor first. Now here I got like the easiest preset, and it's just 2 enemies above a body. If that happens, match the body. Now, someone can appear on this corridor here. If there's someone there, wait for them to turn around and stab them. Or get their attention, run back in the previous room and hide under the desk. Now, there could be someone standing next to that explosive wall that I was looking at. If that happens, shoot it, match them, and then shotgun the person that comes through that door that I was just looking at. Now, if there's any other enemies, that's because I haven't encountered it. But just be prepared, because if you get the 2 dead guys by the body, that's like the easiest one. But that only happened to me twice. Also, for this brain puzzle, just kind of, I didn't really have like a picture next to me or anything. I kind of just looked at the fucking thing. I think for this one, it's like the bottom right somewhere. Yeah, just copy what I do here and you'll get it. Don't fail these, by the way, because you will die. But yeah, as long as you just copy where I place mine, it's fine. Now on the way back, you will most likely encounter Ruvik. If you do, try and hide. If you don't, you're probably going to die, and you're just going to be set back to that checkpoint. Now, a guy always comes through this door, every time, so shotgun him and match him. Ruvik could come right now. I think he came here for me. You'll know, yeah. So Ruvik did come here for me. If this was like perfect timing, by the way. And this is the place I was talking about earlier, like where like if you get caught, run back here and hide underneath here, and they will you know, they'll go back, and then you can stab them in the head while they're walking back. That's kind of a cool shot right there of Ruvik. But yeah, after you pretty much get that side of the house done, come back and save the game. Because I'm telling you, we're going to be saving the game whenever we can. I don't know why I did that, there's nothing there. So get ready for this next crossfade. Now what do I do this time? I think I go upstairs and I go into the middle room. I should do. I do. Okay, so watch out for the third key. The second key was by the first brain room, if you didn't notice. This is the third key. And be careful, because one time, after I picked up the dial, an enemy came through the door. So be prepared that an enemy might come through the door for you. Other than that, make sure you get that key, get that dial, and you're good. Make sure you get the second. Make sure you get all the keys. Oh yeah, there's an enemy there. This caught me off guard because this was the first time he actually appeared here. He might be the guy who actually comes through that door, to be honest. But just be aware that he might be there when you come back from that dial. And then I go ahead and save the game again because I don't want to, you know, die and have to do all that again. So I think this time I go get the other dial, which is in the library, and I do because I got my flashbolts out. Make sure you get your flashbolts out because in this next room there could be a lady with a knife and a guy with a gun. Shoot the flashbolt and stab him in the head. They'll be right there. They're not there for me, so I don't need to use it. If they're not there, there are probably people in the room next to you. If that happens, if there are people, well, there isn't, but if there might be two people by this dead body. If there is, just match the dead body like we did earlier, and matching the body will kill both of them. Now this time I got lucky and no one came, which is different. Now up here there could either be two enemies on either side, one enemy on either side, or no enemies on either side. Here I got one enemy. And I used an axe that I picked up off the thing downstairs, which I forgot to mention. There's an axe by that dead body I told you to match. If there's two people, axe one of them, then shotgun the other. But yeah, make sure you get that dial. And after that, I go back and save the game. Now there could be an enemy down these stairs. Again, loot everything I loot. Yeah, so there could be an enemy down these stairs. Were there for me? No, there wasn't. There wasn't an enemy for me. But they could be for you. And then I go ahead and save the game. And now we're back. And this time we're gonna get the second brain puzzle. Yes, we are. No, make sure you get a shock bolt, because we're gonna need that. If you're low on shock bolts and you're not comfortable with it, then you can use your shotgun, but if you want a more safer route, then use a shock bolt. Like if you can spare a shock bolt, I would suggest doing it here, unless if you are confident. Now here there's a crossfade because I wait for Ruvik, but I ended up losing patience, so I ended up just shooting the shock bolt in front of the door, and then run into the other room, pick up the medkit, or even do that, and you'll trigger. I think you have to pick up the medkit, or run to the other side of the room. Either way, you gotta trigger. I'm so confused. Okay, open that drawer and that will. How do you? Okay, maybe pick up that green gel and that will trigger them. And then yeah, as you can see, they walk into. You can use your shotgun if you want, but it's a bit more dangerous. But if you can spare the shock bolt, do that because it's way more safer. Now, what I would do if I was you, it might take like 5 minutes. But just to be safe, I would wait by this wardrobe and just wait for Ruvik to come. Because as soon as the screen goes blue, pop, go in the wardrobe, and then you pretty much got like another set amount of time until Ruvik comes. And he actually comes for me here. I was planning to wait, but and I didn't know how long it would take, but he fucking came as soon as I was waiting. Which is, again, convenient timing for recording. Because he might come at inconvenient times for you, because he has certainly come at inconvenient times for me. You're probably wondering what the difference is with Ruvik for Akumu modes. Well, he's quicker, and he lasts about a minute. Obviously, if you're hiding, he doesn't last a minute, but like if he's full on chasing you, he speed rocks like constantly, and he's teleporting to you, and he lasts for like a full-on minute, and it's like, oh, it's fucked up. After you deal with that whole thing, be prepared for this next part, because again, I mean, you could die here, but just make sure you shoot the red light. If you shoot the red light, you're good. But the aiming is so bad. Once Ruvik came for me right now, like right as I was getting up, and I died, obviously, but yeah, there's actually a grenade right there, so make sure you pick that up if you haven't already. And there's also a key, our 4th key's in this room, which I get. It's right there. And I think there's nothing else in this room to loot other than like a syringe, which is useless to us. And this is going to be the second brain puzzle, and if I remember, it's the bottom right. But don't fucking quote me by that, because I haven't played chapter 9 in like a week. 1,000 green gel and explosive bullet, that's lovely. Yeah, I think it is the bottom right. Shit, is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, it is the bottom right, okay. Nice, okay. And after that, we're gonna make our way back the way we came, because if we continue going forward, we're gonna have to fight about like 2 to 3 guys. Now, I am gonna like loot this this corridor, and one time an enemy came running down it. So if that happens, shotgun him, and you see here I'm preparing for it. Why did I do that? I knew that was going to be a syringe. I don't know. Oh, bit of a glitch there, but it's fine. Just open the door, go left. Now, an enemy can come from down this corridor. If that happens, shoot him with a shotgun. But then after you pick up that green gel, make your way back. Make sure you get that grenade if you haven't already. And make your way back the way we came, back to the safe room. Now, there could be an enemy in the way, but in my experience, there never has been throughout the first playthrough actually went the proper way, but the 4 playthroughs after that went through this back way, and I never came across an enemy. But you might, because again, this chapter is very unpredictable. If that happens, I think here is where we actually, yeah, here's where we actually fucking get the fucking upgrades. So I actually need to get my my notes up quickly. But all the keys, we're going to be opening all the keys. So make sure you save the game, so if you don't get what you want, you can load back to it. And let me have a look at what we need. Alright, so you should have 14 keys, and you want to get 7 gel. 7 of those 14 keys should give green gel. Which might be a bit hard to get, but again, it's not hard. If you don't get what you want, load back to the last save you just did, and keep doing it until you get 7 green gel. Or keep doing it until you roughly get the same amount of green gel as I get, because I remember that being a thing. We'll see how much green gel I get, but yeah, you're gonna want roughly the same amount as I have. If I remember, 60,000. I think I had 60,000. I could be wrong though. Like I said, it's quite a while ago. But yeah, make sure you have 14 keys on you. If you're missing 1 key, you can slightly redeem yourself, because we'll be getting 1 extra key. But if you miss 2 keys or more, well, you're going to be struggling a lot more, especially with the final chapter. I think here I actually got it first try, did I? 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I load back a save? How much green gel did I get? I'm a bit confused. I should have done the commentary right after I played the truth. Oh yeah, I load back. There we go. I got 6 instead of 7. If I remember, either for this chapter or chapter 11, because chapter 11 is the next time we open keys, there was like, I think it was this chapter. I only had to pick up, for one of my playthroughs, I only had to pick up 6 instead of 7, and I think that's because I used the double key. Because I don't know if you've encountered it yet at this point, but for one of the saves, you can open up and get a key that opens up 2 more lockers. let's see what I get here. In terms of anything that isn't green gel, sniper ammo is probably the most important. Because when it comes to like, you know, harpoon bolts or explosive bolts, you can craft that. And when it comes to ammo, handgun and shotgun ammo are kind of, you know, they're kind of common. Sniper ammo, that's not really that common, and we're going to be using that a lot, especially in like chapter 10 and 11. So if you want to try get stuff that isn't green gel, as well, if you know what I mean, sniper ammo is probably the most important. Now I wasn't keeping track of how much green gel I picked up here, but it should be enough, because I cut out all the parts that isn't it, apart from the first one, just to make it seem more inflow. Again, I got a couple of sniper bullets here, which is amazing. That's really useful. More sniper ammo, very, very useful. I can't stress how useful sniper ammo is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so keep doing it until you get roughly 70,000. So you might only need to pick up 6 green gel. Whatever, just make sure you get roughly 6,000. Now let's have a look at the upgrades. So when it comes to the upgrades, you want to get your shot bolt to level 3, handgun ammo stock to level 5, and then for the handgun you want to get, actually yeah, I do it here, shock bolt to level 3, and then handgun ammo stock to level 5, and then for the handgun, get critical level 5, which I seem to be doing here. And what this does is that if we shoot an enemy in the head, there's a 50% chance they will instantly die, and that's what we need to make this next section super duper easy. Same with the shock bolt. And then get your accuracy to level 5, and after that get your reload to level 3, and then fire rate to level 3. Now here I get my fire rate to level 3, and then get your reload to level 3. Commentators, I know I'm sloppy a bit for the commentary, but as long as I get the information out there for you to do, then that's important. And that's the rest of the upgrades for chapter 9. So go ahead, save the game, and we're gonna do the third and final brain puzzle. And someone's chopping down a tree. Well, at first my dogs are barking, now someone's cutting out a tree outside. Oh, fucking whoop 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 whoop. And then chapter 10, okay. What do I do here? Oh yeah, so go through the one way we haven't been through, which is through here, and get your shotgun ready, because there may or may not be a woman in this next room for you. Most of the time she will be, but like 2 times she wasn't. In this room, well, if I go into it, and again, don't forget Ruvik can still spawn. Yeah, so there could be a woman in this room. She was there for me, so just shotgun her and match her. And boop, she dead. Pretty much throughout the entire time you're in the mansion, Ruvik can spawn. Which is really a shame, because like the whole Ruvik thing makes me want to like get through this chapter like as quick as I can. But like I want to like actually look at the level design, and like I want to look around, you know, while not having to panic about Ruvik. Be careful, because there's a time bomb hidden behind those boxes. But yeah, so those 2 dolls we got from earlier, we're gonna use them here, and there's a grenade here if I remember, behind you, well, behind me, yeah. Again, I got maxed out grenades, but whatever. So for here, the top one should be 2 and the bottom one should be 11, I think. I'm trying to remember. Oh wait, no, top one is 11 and the bottom one's 2. Yeah, I got it right. Well, it's kind of. On casual, the puzzle solves itself. And I think it does that for survival as well, but I could be wrong. I don't think it does. But what the puzzle is, it's just like how many people are on the paintings you got it from. Anyway, here, if I remember, it's top right. I didn't even look at the fucking puzzle thing that time. I knew exactly where it was. Giga Chad me. Okay, so for this upcoming part, you're going to want to get at least one harpoon bolt, which again I already have pre-ready. So a fat guy and a guy with a gun will bust through this door, or they might not. Most of the time they will though. And when that happens, shoot the guy with the gun, because if not, he will instantly kill you. Did I not cut this? Did I not cut this part out? Okay, well, there seems to be a mistake in the editing, and I actually didn't cut that out. But I guess I'm just gonna leave that in. There you go. That's the first time you've seen me die, by the way. Well, yeah, it's good to keep that in. If you're not quick enough, that will happen. Okay. Okay, I was a bit sloppy there with the editing, but I assume I get it right this time. This is what you should do. But yeah, as you just saw, if you're not quick enough, the guy with the gun will kill you. Make sure you aim on the door to the right. He comes through that every time. I think. I don't know. Yeah, and then I use my shotgun to shoot the other guy out of the way, and then I matched that guy. He might end up going flying, whatever, but... Do I wait for him to... I wait for him to open the door, and then I assume I just... Oh, I do that trick. Okay, so what I do here is that I actually run up to the door, and then it will start opening, and after that you just kind of run around. I have no idea how I survived this. I started to loop around these guys around here, but more people came, so I was like surrounded. One of these guys has a gun, by the way. Again, that guy has a gun. He could have killed me right here. I could have died there, but the game decided to let me live. Because what there is, there's a fat guy and a guy with a gun on the other side of the room as well. Back with the, I guess, the other brain puzzle, and they can come to you. But yeah, after you get through that part, the rest of this chapter is really easy. Honestly, it's super duper easy. Like, the only thing to worry about is like the final part, a boss fight if you want to call it, if like where you're in the barn. But because of the upgrades we just did, that is so easy. Like, normally it would be kind of hard, but with the upgrades, you'll probably get it first, second, or third try. It's not that bad, honestly. The hardest part about the barn section is that the screen fucking shakes every 2 seconds, and it's really off-putting. But because we maxed out our accuracy, it shouldn't be that bad. And again, when you shoot the enemies as they're getting up, like half the time they drop to the floor anyway, so... But if it gets too much, that's what shock bolt is there for, and then you, I guess, finish everything. Anyway, so here it's just like a chase scene. It's one of these flash scenes. And then it cuts to the chase scene. I actually run to get this green gel, because this guy's never killed me when I did this. You'll get the green gel. I think he kind of just stands there for like a second. If he does move, then he sucks at it, but you're gonna run into this room with like a tripwire, which is this room. I'd highly recommend leaving your lantern on for this part so you can actually see. And what I do here, I pick up everything. I disarm all the traps and pick everything up, and I manage to get through with enough time. And I think you should do the same, because trap parts are very useful. Can't stress that enough. Oh fuck, yeah. I mean, if you can't pick it up, then you're maxed out, so that's fine. But yeah. I've got some water again. As I've said in the previous episode, staying hydrated is very important when doing this. But yeah, look at that. I managed to disarm everything, pick up those 2 bolts, and I still managed to get through with enough time. And you should too, because, yeah. This next part is like somewhat difficult if you don't know what you're doing, but that's what I'm here for. So watch out for the bear traps. Like, watch the gameplay and watch out for the bear traps on the floor, because my movement is very precise here. Because there's a lot of bear traps here. There's a bear trap around this corner, so watch out. I run around it. And then for this part, shoot the lock, because for some reason when you hit it, it takes like a few hits. And then kind of run through this next part, and then you can hit that one. And watch out for the bear traps, because there's 3 here. time bombs here, bear trap in this next part too, I think, and then you can hit that one. So just watch out for the bear traps and crouch at the right time to avoid being blown up by the time bombs, and you should make it through there. Make sure you shoot that first lock, because if you try and hit it, it's not going to break until, you know, your third hit, which by then you've already wasted enough time for him to catch up and almost kill you, which you don't want. So shoot the first lock and then hit the other locks and avoid the bear traps. But after that, you pretty much just got the barn section, and that's super duper easy with this strategy I've come up with. Again, even after beating the game, I haven't really looked up any other people's strategies. I've come up with my own, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is a strategies for these like parts that are way easier than what I do. But honestly, mine are still doable. Like I said, I've looked up other people's strategies for like the first 3 chapters, and other people's strategies I just don't like. Like I said, they throw bottles at people's heads, and they just do stuff that isn't easy to pull off, and I assume that it's like that for the whole 15 chapters. So yeah, that's what I'm here for. I mean, as we progress through the game, I will be doing stuff that's, you know, does take a bit of time and skill to pull off, but that's the kind of stuff you gotta be able to do. Like, some parts of this game, you have to bite the bullet, and you gotta suffer a bit just to get through. You gotta learn the game a bit by suffering sometimes. Like, most of the game, I try my best to try find the smartest way around things. Play smart, not hard. Play smart, do not play hard. I don't know what the saying is, but you want to be smart. I don't know why I did that, but don't do that. You waste a handgun. But some areas of the game, there's nothing else you can do other than, I guess, do what I do, which requires a bit more. Sorry, I got attacked by a silent burp. But just do what I do, and some of it may require some skill, but I'll give you a heads up on those areas, so don't worry. But just bear in mind, those difficult parts will make you into a better player. It will. Which will make the rest of the game easier. And that's another thing you gotta worry, like, another thing you gotta think about. It's like, yeah, this shit might be hard, but I'd rather do this shit than the shit I did back in chapter 6, you know, like, you just gotta look at it that way. Like, if you get stuck in this, just think, like, oh, I'd rather do this than the fucking dogfight, you know, just, also, do not go straight up ahead, go to the hay on the right, and then break, there's a key there. And also make sure you get shock bolts ready. You only need 1, but yeah, make sure you get your handgun and your shock bolts ready. That's very important. And equip your handgun and then move on. So for this next part, I died here once because I can't remember why. I think I just got fucking killed by the red guy. But you're gonna want to shoot the people in the head who come up until you start to get a bit overwhelmed. And when you start to get a bit overwhelmed, that's when you shoot the shock bolt, and then you match everyone. And whoever's still alive, just kind of shoot in the head of the handgun again, or shotgun or whatever. Yeah, I started to get overwhelmed, so I match everyone, and I think that's everyone. Did I make another mistake? Did I count the part where I died? No, because I saw the yeah, that's everyone. No, there isn't. There's one guy left, which I shoot with the harpoon bolt, and he's still alive, by the way. And then, oh, most of the time, everyone died when I matched the floor. But you will get the odd survivor or two, like you saw there. If that happens, just kill him with like a shotgun in the match. But be careful with the red guy, because he will insta-kill you if you go anywhere near him. But that's the easiest way I found that strategy, is to just do it quickly. Because like, well, yeah, we're coming up to the end of the chapter, but just shoot everyone in the head until it gets a bit too much, then shoot the floor with the shock bolt, match everyone. If anyone survives, shotgun them or some shit. Shotgun them, match them, shoot them in the head with a handgun, whatever you're comfortable with. Just don't use your sniper, because we need to save up that ammo for later on. So that's chapter 9 done. In terms of following a guide, it's a bit hard, because, you know, most likely what you saw on screen won't happen for you. But I'm hoping I told you, you know, I'm hoping my commentary got you ready for other scenarios that could happen. But yeah, that's chapter 9. I really hope you got through that. But yeah, chapter 10 is up next, and that is pretty much we're coming up to one of the hardest parts of the game. So we've got chapter 10, which is about the third hardest part of the game, hardest chapter in the game, as well as, you know, we've got 2 boss fights, all that stuff. And then we've got chapter 11, arguably hardest chapter in the game, or the second hardest chapter in the game. And then we've got chapter 12, and then the game gets easier from then on. But yeah, that's chapter 9. Next time we'll get through chapter 10. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed. That was a weird saying. I hope you got through this chapter fine. If you did, well done. And again, I'll see you all in chapter 10. Goodbye.